Good morning. It has been forever since I have done a video, and the video wasn't about a challenge or something that I read in the Word. Well, this one is kind of no different, but I am in full swing. It is June 3rd, and I planted my garden the second week of April. And here we are on the 3rd of June, and I've got vegetables on my plants already when most people have just planted their garden. So I want to show you exactly where I'm at and what I've got planted, okay? So here we are. I have got poblano peppers here, chamomile, serrano peppers, jalapeno peppers in the back. I've got more, I don't know what peppers. I really don't. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I have serrano pepper there and there. That was it. So they were side by side. I put a cage around my pepper plants because the vegetables get heavy. So I'm trying to make use of everything and not watch my plants fall over. I've got onions planted in here, but the stupid bunnies have been eating every thing that I have planted. So we're trying to change that. I am just noticing I've got scapes on my onions, and what that is, you see where there's a loop right there, a loop right there? Those are the ones that you can cut off, and they're as strong as the normal onion, but they are just as nutritious as well, but they are ready. So there's that. I've got some basil, and you might be wondering what this stuff is, and I'm gonna murder the way that you pronounce it, but it's diatomaceous earth. And what that is, it's actually helping my plants not get eaten by all the bugs. Because right now I've got bugs on some of my plants, and I'm trying to control that. Like this right here. There's a bug, I don't know if you can see it, but it's on the bottom of my purple bell pepper. So I'm trying to make sure that I get that. And the way that you get the diatomaceous earth on the back of the leaves is by putting it in a spray bottle, just a little bit. Put it in a spray bottle with some dish soap, and then shake it and spray it all over your plant. The bugs, what they do, they go between, or they end up crawling all over this mixture, and they suffocate from the inside out, which I like because they shouldn't be eating my food anyway. But anyway, so as you can see, I've got a purple bell pepper already on there. I've got several green peppers that are going to turn to yellow and orange and red. Like this one right here, it's an orange bell, but I've got a plant, or I've got a vegetable piece right here. Next in here, I said we have basil, right? What else do I have in? Oh, these are a lot of bell peppers, because instead of bread, I cut my bell peppers in half, remove the seeds and the ribs and everything else, build my sandwich inside the half of the bell pepper, and then put the top on top of it and smush it. And that's my sandwich. No bread, just bell peppers. Here's some more chamomile. I put some lemongrass in for the first time ever, some mums, some rosemary here, and some watermelon right back here. For whatever reason, I cannot grow beans to save my life, so we're not doing that next year. The reason for the rosemary, the chamomile, the mums, they actually help your plants ward against like the bugs, the intruders, and they actually help create good flavor in your vegetables. So there's some information for you. Let's go on over. That was a new bed this year. This year I've also got this bed, and in this bed I've got a lot of celery, some more bell peppers here in the middle, more celery, some mums, dill, which is good for all your vegetables to ward off pests and insects. I have got a lot of cucumbers because I love cucumbers, and they produce like bananas. Like a lot, not bananas. Okay. These things are called kohlrabi, And how you eat them, you can eat them raw, slice them like a potato chip or a little bit thicker, and just put salt and pepper or whatever seasonings you want, like I don't know what it's called, like slap your mama or something, I don't know, some kind of Creole or Cajun seasoning, and it's delicious. But you eat them raw, and they're the texture of like a water chestnut, I think is what it's called. But anyway, so here is sugar snap peas right in front of the cucumbers, and I'm really excited about that because they remind me of my childhood at my grandma's house. So there's that. Next bed is here, and in this bed you're gonna find spaghetti squash, some more lemongrass and mums. Here in these 3 plants right here, those are, what are they? Eggplant. My dad loves eggplant, and so I'm growing them for him this year. I've got Thai basil right here. I've got some lavender right here, some oregano, and I've got a bonus plant, which is right there. That is corn. Okay, a bird flew over, he pooped, and this is the fruit of that. So that's where we're at in this bed so far. I'm gonna go ahead and shift down so you can see the other end of the bed. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, now this right here, these are the bean plants, right? I don't know how they're working, but they are, and so I'm happy for that. Some more mums, some more lemongrass. Everything seems to be doing pretty well in this bed, but this is a bed from last year. I think that right there, that plant, it actually is a plant, and it is either watermelon or it's a pickle bush. I can't remember. And that right there is a bonus plant from last year from a fallen fruit, and that is tomatoes. So here's another bed from last year. Here's some beans. I don't know how they're working, but they are. I don't see anything on there yet. I see flowers and buds. So that's that. I've got some more rosemary, mums of course, and I've already got my tomatoes on the plants already. Some Italian oregano and some tomatoes. But as you can see, my tomatoes are about 2 feet tall already. Okay, next bed. In this bed, I have got a pickle bush here. I've got some lemon balm, some catnip. Why do I grow that? These things are good insect control, and they're also good to make tea with. I've got some collards here so that I can cook those sooner than later, I'm hoping, because I'm hungry. A little greedy, but it is what it is, right? Moving on to the next bed is here. These things right here are all Brussels sprouts. I absolutely love Brussels sprouts, okay? It's gonna take a while to harvest, but it's worth it in the end. They're one of my favorite vegetables. I have this cage on here because birds and squirrels, they like to come in and try and eat all of my carrots, uproot the seeds and so on. And so I just put the cage, the chicken coop wire, I put that around the whole thing, and I save myself the hassle. Now all of these things that you see right here with this ferny type green, that they're all carrots. Just so that you know, the greens on the carrot are just as nutritious, if not more, than the actual vegetable itself. And there I also have some onion right there, some in here, so you can see it just in case, but that also wards off insects. I've got some volunteer basil. Let's see if I can focus right there. Okay, next will be weeds, along with my raspberry plant I just planted this year. So this right here is a raspberry plant. I've got another one here. Next to it, I've got some lavender. Now I put lavender in between this one and the next one, which is a blueberry plant. The blueberry plants like acidic ground, and the raspberry bushes do not. And so to neutralize the soil or have some kind of a break in between, I put a lavender plant, which is actually good for the soil. I put another lavender plant between, so I'm hoping that it levels everything out somehow. Okay, next I have another blueberry plant, which you can hardly see between the weeds, but I'm gonna weed today. This is a blueberry plant, and I do use copper in my garden. What I learned last year is that my garden grew double in size with no fertilizer if I have copper in my beds. So that's what I'm doing again. So anyway, this is my garden this year. Outside of my roses and my other plants, that is it. I'll keep giving you updates like every other week, or I'll either give you an update every week or every 2 weeks, just so that you can see the growth and how everything is progressing. Okay, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and remember, get outside, take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass. It is so good for you to stand in the grass. What happens is it's actually called grounding, and it regulates your nervous system. It takes you from a place of stress and all your nerves just being on end, you know, and it regulates it. Kind of like a grounding wire with your electric. That's what the grass and the ground is barefoot for you. It does not work on concrete. It has to be in the grass. And so try and do that like 15 minutes every day. You will notice a big difference. I tell people all the time, gardening is like therapy for me. And that's because I'm generally always barefoot. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. And remember, just spend some time in the sun, under the sun, and then with the sun. Amen. Goodbye.